So please take a moment and put your name in the chat and where you are connecting from. And remember to hit the button that says all panelists and attendees so it doesn't go into the ethers. And if there's anybody new, perhaps you can just identify yourself. I think I recognize most everybody's name. And we are going to get started because I've got a, thank you, Julie, morning. I've got a good lineup today. You know, usually I like to ask people for what they like to work on, so I appreciate participation on that end. And so to that, we'll be, after we tune in, we'll be doing the Kriya for the upper body, neck, and shoulders. And it's one I haven't done for a while, and I don't know why, because so many of us carry our stress and tension in the shoulders and neck area. So we're going to do some work on that. Then we're going to move to the lower chakras today with working on the Kriya for the instinctual self. And there's a lot of, you know, as we know, there's a lot of fear and anxiety going on. I say that everybody knows that. But if we can kind of work on some of those more instinctual levels, we'll be able to free up some energy and make better decisions. And, you know, approach life a little more relaxed. So we're going to jump right in and tune in. Bellevue, Salt Lake City. Okay, so welcome everybody. Let's rub the palms of the hands together and place them at the heart center. And allow the eyes to close. Feel your sitting bones connecting to the mat. And we'll just take a few moments to set an intention for this class. Breathing nice and long and deep, opening up the belly as you inhale. And if something pops into your mind that you know needs to be released, like cravings or something like that, that's obvious, otherwise just allow your body's wisdom to generate what it needs. And by what I mean by that is just allow the body to know what it needs to release. So whether you get a clear image or message, just set the intention that we are going to release patterns that are no longer needed. All right, let's prepare to tune in with the Adi Mantra by chanting Ong Namo Gurudev Namo 3 times, followed by the mantra for protection. So we'll open up the sacred or the sensitive space with whichever term you prefer. The outside world stays outside, the ego stays outside. This is time to come and be with yourself. Chanting now from the navel point. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale. And inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Adgyarename, Jugadgyarename, Satgyarename, Siddhi Gurudev Ename, Adgyarename, Shugadgarename, Satgarename, Siddhigurudevaname, Adgarename, Shugadgarename, Satgarename, Siddhigurudevaname. Inhale deeply. Exhale, relax the hands, keep the eyes closed. Just making a mental circle, energetically holding hands together as we prepare to do our Kundalini yoga class. When we set the intention together, it's more powerful. When we come together in community, we do our practice. I've been studying up on rituals, brushing some of the rust off of what I learned, and for my upcoming 5-week series. And it's so interesting that Kundalini yoga class can, in and of itself, be thought of as a ritual. We do things in specific order. We tune in, we do our exercises, we do our meditation and deep relaxation, and then we close the class. And one of the most important purposes of ritual is to put you into right order with the higher universe. And it's really a beautiful concept. So we're layering order over chaos. That's kind of a nice image. All right, so the Kriya for upper body, neck, and shoulders. The mantra is Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. And most of you are probably very familiar with that. The arms are going to be, and this is not a super long one, so I know I had to kind of check that also, not to do too many of those. We're going to be bringing the backs of the hands together as we say Sa, and then out as far as you're reasonably able to go. Ta, Na, Ma. So we're coordinating the chant Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. Now, since we're not in the class together, we won't be able to hear each other. Find a pace that works for you. And this works the muscles of the upper arms. And so let's begin. Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. 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 Inhale deeply, relax the arms down. And the eyes remain closed throughout the class unless you need to be checking a posture or I'm giving you instructions, but just allow your eyes to close now. The next exercise is going to be a bell ringing motion. And so the back stays straight and we're going to be reaching up as high as you can and then grabbing hold. I know I come out of the picture a little bit, so let me for this. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so you're going to be reaching up, grabbing, imagining you have a rope and pulling it, and then reaching up. So you're going to be opening the sides of the rib cage, reaching and pulling. So if you, an image of an old-fashioned bell, be it a school bell or church bells, you know, we're going back another century, but when I was a little girl and visiting my grandfather in McAdoo, Pennsylvania at the Greek Orthodox Church, he was a bell ringer. And so once I got to ring the bells, and so I was just a little tot, you know, I reached and I pulled, and then I went up in the air and screamed, and that wasn't too cool for church. But anyway, you get the idea. So it's quite a move. When that bell starts swinging, there's quite an energy to it. So the idea is to find a rhythmic pace, and you're really going to feel that pull. Imagine you're really pulling. Okay, so with that in mind, you're looking up. The eyes can remain closed, but it's as if you're looking up through your imaginal eye, looking at that bell swinging and finding a rhythmic pace that works for you. Really work it. Open up the sides of the ribs. Feeling the weight of that bell as you're releasing stress and tension in your upper shoulders. If the mind wanders, come back to the breath and the motion. Breathing deeply, synchronizing breath and motion. Okay, and inhale back to easy pose. Breathing normally for a few moments. And now we repeat the first exercise, Satanama. Satanama is the seeds or the bij of the mantra Satnam. Truth is my identity. Sa is the infinity. Sa ta, life, death, and then rebirth. So we're just cycling through rebirth, regeneration, life, death, and the cycle goes on and on. All right, and so let's begin. Allow your eyes to close and focus at the third eye point. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Inhale deeply, relax your hands down, shake out your shoulders. The next exercise goes like this. Make fists with your hands, and then the fists are going to go right by your hips, and you're going to lock your elbows. The movement's going to be like this. You're going to keep your face straight, and you're going to be moving your shoulders. Make sure this is not driving everybody crazy. Like that. Now, so after a certain amount of time, we're going to add a mantra, which is hum, dum, hada, hada. The hum is the H-U-M, hum. That mantra or seed is the creative essence of who you are. Dum, D-U-M, dum, is your pranic essence, the life force energy essence. Hada is the creative essence of God or the enlightened universe, whatever term you prefer. It's the manifested creative form. Okay, so we begin in silent, and then after a certain time, we'll switch over to adding the mantra. So let's begin. Coordinate the breathing with the motion. Eyes are closed, focused at the brow point. Elbows are locked and straight. And now add the chant. Hum, dum, hada, hada, 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 hum, dum, hada, hada. hum, dum, hada, hada, 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 hum, dum, hada, hada. Inhale, center. Relax the pose. Just breathe for a few moments with your eyes closed. So that exercise was designed to adjust the rib cage and lower vertebrae of the neck. And so the next one is also to help, they're all helping to get rid of calcium deposits as well. And this one, next one, strengthens the nervous system. So the arms are out to the sides, palms up, and inhale. You don't clap the hands, but they remain a couple inches apart, and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. So they don't come all the way down to the floor, a couple inches off. And so this helps the nervous system. So inhale up, not touching. Exhale down, not touching. And let's begin. Vigorous breath, synchronized with the motion. And inhale down and relax. Okay, and the final exercise in this warm-up Kriya is neck turns, but they're half neck turns. So you're going to bring your chin up, down, and up. So you're going to be kind of scribing a U shape. And let's begin. Let the breath adjust itself with the motion, and keep the breath nice and deep. And inhale, center. So that Kriya was called Kriya for upper body, neck, and shoulders. And if that's one that you like and you really want to work that area of the body, you can do it for the longer times as prescribed in the Kriya. And that's readily available online, or just email me and I'm happy to send you a copy. Okay, so the next Kriya is for the instinctual self, as I mentioned. We're going to begin with butterfly pose. And so this is all good for the lower spine and the lower areas of the body. So keeping the spine nice and straight. It's actually pretty cool in the Pacific Northwest this morning, but so you can see the spine. You'll want to try to keep your spine straight. And if that means you have to move out a little bit and hold up higher, then that's what you do. And so we're going to coordinate the breath with the motion. Allow the eyes to remain closed, and let's begin. Inhale up, exhale down. Very nice, beautiful. Inhale and relax and just be comfortable for a moment, keeping your eyes closed, being with your experience. And so where the first Kriya kind of worked on that tension in the neck and shoulders, a lot of people also carry their stress and tension in the lower back, in the hips. And so this is going to release the sexual energy that may be getting blocked and just allow some of that to flow. And of course in the hips and lower spine. Who doesn't need that? They say you teach what you need to learn, right? Okay, so the next exercise is cobra and plank. And so, oh yeah, so this one uses breath of fire. So if anybody is new and you don't know what breath of fire is, it's a breath. Think of it as a dog panting. And as you exhale, the navel point comes in, and then simply bring that through your nose. And if you are new, there's a lot that's being thrown at you. I've got some videos that slow that down. If you are pregnant ladies or on your early moon cycle, please substitute long, deep breathing. Okay, so we begin by coming into cobra and then coming into plank. Exhaling into cobra inhaling up to plank. So that's the sequence, and I have to modify a little bit. I don't have stellar positions, but you're going to have your eyes closed anyway. So with plank, the tops of the feet are on the floor. If you need to curl your toes, do so. And finishing up. Exhale and relax. So the idea, I've got some little arthritis going on in my wrists, but the idea is on that one, it's a more rapid movement than I was able to demonstrate for you. But we can't let that stop us from teaching something. All right, the next one is crow pose with breath of fire. Ideally, you're on your flats of your feet. I use a little bit of a block, and we'll begin breath of fire. And just simply hug your knees. And let's begin. Keeping the back as straight as possible. Thirty more seconds. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath. Exhale and come with your legs out in front of you. Just taking a few long, deep breaths. So that the crow pose is really good to bring extra circulation into the hip area and lower intestines. So some of us, have gastric issues when we're stressed. It manifests itself in all ways. So this is really working that lower triangle, that instinctual part of our beings. All right, the next exercise, we're really going to be using our navel point, setting the prana and the apana. That's the life force energy and the elimination force energy. We have to release. We just can't keep accumulating. We also have to let go. So we're going to be letting go of patterns and things that don't work anymore. If you have lower back issues, please guard your lower spine, which I think I'm going to do today, by putting the fists underneath your buttocks. Otherwise, if your back is nice and strong, just put your arms out to the side. The navel point is going to dictate this whole motion. If you are newer, if your navel point is not strong, you can bring your knees in and then up and reverse that if needed. Modify, or you can do 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off. And let's begin. We're going to be doing leg lifts 90 degrees. Inhale up and exhale down. Nice and controlled motion, engaging the navel point. Synchronize the breath and the motion. Fifteen seconds. And relax. Okay, one more of the more challenging ones, because that's subject to opinion. All right, it's a modified boat pose. So you will be clasping your hands behind your body, raising up your head and chest area and beginning a breath of fire. And raising your arms up as far as you reasonably can. And let's begin. Now, I can't arch up as far as the, just allow the yoga to meet you where you're at. If you need to take pauses, take pauses. We'll be doing this for a total of up to 2 minutes. Inhale and roll over on your back and just relax in corpse pose. This is not the deep relaxation part yet. Just let all the muscles go. Let the body integrate for a minute. And now grab hold of the knees and rock on the spine. Okay, and the next exercise, the next two exercises, I want to ask you to take self-responsibility whether this is something you should be doing or not. We're going to be doing the shoulder stand and plow pose for relatively short periods of time. You do not want to crunch on your neck. If this is something you're unsure of, take it very, very slow. Ideally, your back is going to be perpendicular to the floor, so I have to modify a little bit. I'll just show you the idea. So you're going to kind of walk your body up, and hopefully get it straight as possible and begin breath of fire. If this looks, if this looks dicey for you, please don't do it. Get a nice big pillow, and you could even just, put it like on your lower back, and even that will give you a really nice lift. So modify if you need to. You do not want to hurt your neck, okay? I don't want to overdo the point, but it's very important. And right from there, then we'll be going into plow where we bring the legs over. So again, use your judgment. And we'll be doing breath of fire or long, deep breathing if necessary. And let's begin. Okay, and if this is something you feel like you want to go down into plow, do so and continue breath of fire. A few more seconds. Make sure you support your back as you're preparing to come out. And let's carefully begin to unroll our spine one vertebrae at a time, supporting your body. Okay, excellent. And the final exercise is Sat Kriya in Celibate Pose. And so Celibate Pose, you want to be very careful if you've got knee issues. And so I'm going to use a block. You could use a cushion rolled up like this. That's a good idea, actually. And then the legs are kind of splayed out to the sides. If you don't need a cushion, that's fine too. That's the way it's described, but between hips and knees. All right, so Sat Kriya, the fingers are interlaced, index finger pointing up, thumbs are crossed. So for ladies, it's left thumb over right, men, right thumb over left. The mantra is Sat Nam. On the Sat, pull the navel point in. On the Nam, relax the energy. We'll be doing this for 3 minutes. And please follow my lead. The arms hug the elbows hug the ears. Sat Nam, 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 Sat Nam. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath, apply root lock, pulling up the muscles of the pelvic floor, and squeeze the energy from the base of the spine to the crown. Exhale, and let's repeat. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath, root lock and squeeze. Exhale, gracefully relax your arms down through your auric field. And now it's time for deep relaxation. You come lying on your back, and I will remain seated and hold the space. So with as few steps as possible, come onto your back. This is not the time to go get a drink of water. This is where you harvest your work, so don't miss it. Your body will make subtle adjustments to the movements, to the mantras, to the breathing, as you now relax your body. Your palms are up, arms are at the sides. Feeling the feet and ankles relax. Your legs are relaxing. The hips, navel point. The whole lower triangle is relaxing. Relaxing your heart center. Breathing deeply into that area. Letting go of any tensions you're holding in your heart. Inhaling into your throat, silently vibrating Sat Nam right into your vocal cords, silently. And now inhale deeply and let go into your yogic sleep. I will call you back shortly. Inhale gently and allow your awareness to return to the room, making small circles with your wrists, your ankles. And when you're ready, stretch your arms out. Point your toes, elongate your spine. And arms out to the sides for cat stretch. Bringing one knee across your body, turning your head the opposite direction. Switching sides. And rubbing the palms of your hands and soles of your feet. Grabbing hold of your knees and rocking on your spine. And come sitting up for meditation. Today's meditation is called Stress Relief and Clearing the Emotions of the Past. And so this is especially useful dealing with stressful relationships and past family issues. It addresses phobias, fears, and neuroses, and it can help remove unsettling thoughts that surface into your life today from the past, even whether you're conscious of them or not. And it can take difficult situations that you are dealing with today and release them into infinity. And let's see. The breath pattern will be breathing 4 times a minute, which doesn't sound like much, but if you break it down, the inhale is 5 seconds, suspend the breath for 5 seconds, and exhale for 5 seconds. So it's a 3-part sequence. We're not holding on the out breath, just inhale, suspend, exhale. The mudra or hand position is to take the tips of the thumbs, tips of the fingers, and touch them. And that mudra is going to go right in front of the heart center. Just relax the elbows down. So it's just touching the fingertips like that. The eye position is important, the drishti. You're going to focus at the tip of the nose as best you can. Some people have an easier time with that than others. I'm one of the ones that I really can't see my nose. But if you take your finger and approach it to the tip of your nose, if your eyes are crossing and it's painful, obviously back off the lotus point. Okay, so simple as that. Let's begin. Inhale deeply through the nose. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale through the nose. And now find a pace that works for you. Nice and smooth breath. It's not a stroke. It's 5 seconds of smooth breathing. Inhale gently, suspend the breath. Exhale, relax the hands down. Deep inhale. Exhale. Relax the breath and just be with your experience for a few moments before we close. Wonderful. And before we close, I just want to let you know this is the last Wednesday of the month coming up, and I facilitate a We Add Heart Circle. It's a free event. It's going on worldwide where we come together and do some heart math breathing. So you can go to my events page if that's of any interest. And also September 1st, if you're interested in some of the theory as a mythologist, I'm going to be doing a class on ritual and anxiety. I'll be bringing in a lot of Kundalini yoga tools and techniques. But if that's of interest to you, also on my events page, AnnTaylor.com, Ann with an E. All right, rub the palms of the hands together as we prepare to close with a long Satnam. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And inhale to close. Sa